Hello guys and welcome to the channel. Today in this video we are going to talk about the OPC UA server and client, and we are going to discuss about how we can exchange data between client and server. So till now in this series what we have done is that we created the server, we added few parameters inside it, and from the client we extracted all the values of the variables from the server. Now we are going to do just opposite of this. From the client we are going to change values of the variable present inside the server. And apart from this, what we are going to do is, i- after getting the values in the server, we are going to turn on the LEDs and turn off the LEDs. Now, LED is just an example. You can attach any of your equipment device, electronic device like sensors, motors, LCD, and anything you want. So LED is just for the example to show you uh, how you can control hardware attached to your OPC server. Now OPC server will be hosted on Raspberry Pi. So I have connected an LED to the Raspberry Pi. You can connect any other equipment device you want. And OPC client will be running on my Windows 10 laptop. So let's start and let's write the OPC server code on Raspberry Pi. Okay, so I have installed the latest Raspbian, which is the Buster, and I have connected this to my home network, and my Windows 10 laptop is also connected to the same network, so which means that both the devices are in the same network. Now let's start writing the code. Let me open Thony Python IDE. So this server code will contain two codes. One is the server code as well as the LEDs code. If instead of LED you have motor, you will have to include the code for your motor. I have also installed the OPC UA libraries and the cryptography, so everything is set up in this Raspberry Pi. I'll start by importing the server, and because we need the we are controlling the LED, so I'll also import RPI here. Okay, let me save this somewhere. Let's name it as OPC server.py. Okay, now let's create the server and we'll use the URL as opc.tcp 192.168.0.106. So 106 is the IP address of the Raspberry Pi, so I'm using this and the port number. And let's set this URL. Let's name our OPC UA server as OPC UA server, and let's create an address space, register namespace, and the name of the server. Now we'll create a node here and I'll call server.get object. So this is my root node and I'm going to add a parameter here. So I'll call it as para and I will simply add object. First we need to define here the address space and then the name we are going to call it. So parameters. This is also done. Now here we need to create a variable. So let me take var for variable and I will put it inside the parameter dot add variable. Again the address space, name of the variable, let's call it simply variable or anything which you want. And the initial value, let's take initial value as 10. You can take 0 as well. I'll make this variable as writable and here I will start my server. Now this is all the code for the OPC. Now we are going to write the code for LEDs. So for LEDs I will take gpio dot set mode gpio dot bcm, and we are going to make, So we're going to take the 18 GPIO and we are going to make it as output. So GPIO dot out. This is done. Now I'll create a while loop and inside this, so let's first simply write server and client code to transfer the data. So I'm ignoring the LED part for now, but we'll consider it later. But let's first try to change the values of the variable which we have defined here from the client code. So I'm just going to write here t. Let's take an example t and variable dot get value. So this particular line will get the value of the variable which we have defined here. So initial value which we have defined for the variable is 10. So the t will have value as 10. And let's print this. So print value is, and let's take a delay of 1 second. Let me import the delay as well here. Import time. Okay. So this code is done. What this code is currently doing is that we have initialized a variable with the value 10, and inside the loop we are just getting its value and we are printing its value. So this OPC UA server is done. I'll go back to my Windows laptop and I'll start writing the client code. So from the client code, I will change the value of this particular variable and then we will see if it's getting changed or not. So let's switch to Windows now. So I'm in my Windows laptop now and I've created a Python file in PyCharm. So I'm using PyCharm as my Python IDE. You can use any other IDE like Eclipse you want. So I've also installed OPC UA libraries, cryptography and everything in my Windows laptop as well. So everything is set up. So now let's start importing the OPC UA. Okay. And so the URL we know, URL is opc.tcp 192.168.0.106. So this URL is the URL of our server. So replace this URL with the URL of your server. I will connect to my client. So client URL and client dot connect. Now I'm connected to my client. I will try to get the value of my variable. So here I'll write variable as client dot get node and the node ID is all right. So let's get the value and let's print its value. So print var dot get value. Okay, now let me also open the server code. So in the server code, you see we initially defined the value as 10. So hopefully inside our client code, we should get the value as 10 as well. So let me start this. Okay, so we haven't started the server code. So let me start the server code here first. Perfect. So we have started the server code and you can see that it's printing the value as 10 because the value of our variable initially is 10. Let me go back to my client code and let me run it again. Okay, so you can see that it has also printed the value as 10 because the initial value of the variable we defined in our server is 10. Now let's change the value of the variable which is in the server from the client. So what I'll do here is that let me make it as initial value. So this is the initial value. Now we are changing the value here. To change the value, we will use variable dot set value and I will change its value, let's say to 0 again, right? Now let me open both the windows so it's clearly visible. Okay, now it's visible. So here you are seeing its printing value is 10. Now as soon as I change the value, this will be changed to 0. Let me run the code. Initial value is 10 and the value has been changed, and you can see that on the server the value was 10 but now the value is 0. Why? Because we have changed the value to 0. Now let me change this to again 1 and let me run this code. So the value is 0 and is changed to 1. So in this way we can change the values of the variable which are present inside the server from the client. Now this part is done. In the next part, what we are going to do is, based on this value, we are going to control the LEDs. Okay, so I'm back into my Raspberry Pi now, and here we need to edit a code in order to turn on and off the LED. So let me first stop this code, and inside this code what we need to do is, let me remove this line now, and we are going to use the value of the temperature T. So if I'll write if T equals to 1. So what we'll do is, from the client we will send 1, then the LED which I have connected to Raspberry Pi, it will get turned on, and from the client if the value is 0 we will make it off. So I'll write here GPIO dot output. We are using 18th LED, 18th GPIO dot high, and let's also print LED is on. In the else condition we will make T is equals to 0 and GPIO dot output 18 GPIO dot low, print LED is off. So this is done. So as soon as the client sends 1, the LED will get turned on, and with 0 it will be low, it will be turned off. So let's test this code now. Okay, now let me test if this code is working or not. So let me start our server here. Fine, so server has started. It's showing some warnings which we can ignore. And this is our client code. So initially we have set the value as 0, but let's change this value to 1 and let's see how it responds on the server side. So I'm running this code, and on the Raspberry Pi terminal, you can see it's displaying LED is on, and as well as on my on my Raspberry Pi, you can see that LED has also been turned on. Now let me change it back to 0, and let me run the code again, and you will see that LED is turned off. So this is turned off, and on the Raspberry Pi terminal, you can also see that LED is turned off. Now in this way, you can control the LEDs. I've connected only one LED, but you can probably connect as many LEDs you need. And instead of LEDs, you can even connect any of the equipments you want on your Raspberry Pi, and you can control them from the client side as well. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.